What is up, Karma Nation? Welcome back to another edition of our Tuesday Prize Picks podcast, where we'll be outlining one NBA and one college basketball prop. If you do not have an account yet, go to prizepicks.online, use promo code KARMA, and they'll match your deposit up to $100. I'm your host, Joey, here with my co host, Ethan. We're ready to win you guys and gals some money. First things first, Ethan, how was your weekend with your love life and your props?
Love life. I'm still single. I did get laid over the weekend, so that was a plus. Didn't bring me any good luck though. I had a rough weekend. Just some weird football games again this weekend. I don't know what's up with the NFL this year, but the Browns get blown out. The Rams lose in blowout fashion last night. The Bills finally showed up, but where were they the previous 2 weeks? Baltimore gets bounced on Thursday Night Football by the Dolphins pretty handily. I don't know, Joey. What is going on with the NFL this year? I can't get a handle on what's just going on.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um,
The teams seem like they were separating themselves early on in the season, and now I don't know. Variants are hitting them hard, and Patriots are hitting their swing. Belichick always just dominates. It was just gonna take a little while for that defense to get going, and who knows? There's just 2 weird weeks of football. Hopefully, next week will be a little bit better.
yeah, I hope so. The only positive that I can tell you coming out of this is my best ball teams are killing it right now. So that's a plus. But outside of that, I don't really have much to flaunt my own horn about because I sucked this past weekend. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of games just did not go how I thought they were gonna go, and I got Christian McCaffrey over rushing yards right. I got Dalvin Cook over rushing yards right. So I did hit some props, uh,
Yeah, the
but
projections, Prize Picks projections did really well with Dearness Johnson over receivings. That was by
yes,
far the best play. And of course, I paired him wrong. I paired him with two different plays. Michael Carter over 4 receptions. He got four, so that tied. And then I paired him with. I love Najee Harris this weekend. Figured he'd have a huge game.
you chose wrong.
I chose wrong. I was between rushing yards and fantasy points. I figured he'd score a touchdown against the Lions. Like, how do you not score a touchdown against the Lions? He was 2 fantasy points away, but he went over his rushing by 20 yards. So just rough there. So I got a tie and a loss with my lock of Dearness Johnson receiving yards. He had 50 something, 58 I think, and his prop was
Yeah.
only 9.5. So projections are doing way better than us lately, so we've just been following that. NBA, it's been killing it. Last night for NBA, NFL wasn't the best because obviously that was a really weird game. So projections follow game script as well. So I think that went 40%, but NBA continues to kill it. It's sorted by differential percentage, so anything over 30% is our favorite plays based on the projections. That went 3-1. The only thing that missed was Schroeder assists over 4.5. I think he got to three. I think a lot of people had that play, but screwed a lot of people. And then 25% to 30%, that went 2-1. And then 20.1% to 25%, that went 4-2. I only mentioned 20.1% because those 20% props did really bad. They were 3-6. So avoid the 20% and under and go anything above 20%
Yeah.
has been crushing it.
So Joey, I want to talk about this projection real quick, since we're talking about it, because we're trying to teach people how to use it properly. And one thing I just want to say is don't just blindly trust the projection portal. It's good, don't get me wrong, and we use it, but let it assist you in your research. So when you're looking at a prop, say you're looking at assist, you look at a variety of stuff for assist, but use our portal to help you with that process. And one thing that I've come with NBA, Joey, is if I like a play and the projection portal doesn't like it, I just fade the play. Um, for me to how to play, I need the projection portal to also agree with me on that. There were two big plays last night that I saw a lot of people touting on, and that was Schroeder over points and Mobley over points. And the portal actually liked both unders last night. And guess what hit Joey? Both
The
unders.
unders, yeah.
Yeah. So that's just one thing I've learned so far this NBA season is to use the portal to assist with research. And if it doesn't agree with what I'm liking, then I just fade what the prop and then move on to something else until I can come to an agreement with the prop projections on that. So I definitely suggest everybody check it out, use it. It's a wonderful tool, and I know Sam works really hard behind the scenes on it.
Yeah, touching on that, definitely don't blindly follow projections because sometimes they'll have a low number. Like the top projection on our portal today is, what is it? Doug McDermott over
Yeah,
2.5
rebounds.
rebounds.
Yeah.
Taking a look at his game log, taking a look at the matchup pace and everything, it just doesn't seem like a play I can trust. Sometimes there's a really low number, and if our projections like it over by like 1 point, that kind of skews the numbers because the lower the number, the more the difference, the percentage will be much higher if that makes sense. So if someone's over by 1 rebound when they're only at 1.5 rebounds versus 1 rebound, at 4.5 rebounds, it's gonna choose the 1.5 rebounds as the much higher differential percentage when there's not a huge difference. So definitely you need the human perspective with the projections because last night it loved Odell Beckham over 27.5 receiving yards. Um, that was something I told all our subs to avoid just because we knew that seventh round rookie was going to fill Woods' spot, and we were not convinced that Odell would get a ton of looks or even
Yes.
snaps. He only played 11 of Stafford's 46 dropbacks, and he started the game. First drive had 2 targets, so I thought I was going to be wrong on that, but he finished the game. I think he went over his first half prop, but he didn't really get
Yeah,
much in
yeah,
the
he went
second half.
over. Yeah, he went over first half, I believe. But yeah, it's just like what I told people in Discord was even Brett who does the Prize Picks projections, anyone who does projections for any of these prop sites or sports books, they were all just taking a wild guess on what OBG would do um, last night. No one truly knew how many snaps he would play, how many targets, how they would use them. It was just a total guess. So just like Joey said, I avoided the prop just like he did, and we told everyone in Discord just to avoid his prop just because there was so much unknown. And why force something?
Yeah, I took his under actually on Monkey Knife Fight. They had him all the way up at 55.5. And then Underdog had him at 36.5. So as you can see, no one knows how to project him. And I just trusted the report that he wouldn't get a ton of snaps, but you never know. It was garbage time, so he could have come in. Perfect time to give him some reps. Would have been garbage time because they were already losing anyway. But obviously he got signed on Thursday, so you don't really know the playbook that well. So might
Yeah.
as well play someone that actually knows the playbook, so you don't screw up on some connections and lose the game on some interceptions, which they did anyway. So didn't end up mattering. But yeah, definitely start trusting the projections more and more. That is what I'm doing, especially with this weird NFL and NBA season so far. I'm learning to trust the projections a lot more and more. Last night, our top play on the projection was Ingram and Brogdon over rebounds. That hit with ease. So we're going to start posting more and more just based off the projections. My 2 NBA plays today are both, was that 25% differential percentage and above. So I agree with the projections, and they agreed with my plays. So it means we're gonna
Well,
hit.
well, Joey, let's hear about these plays then.
All right. So for NBA, it's just a small 3 game slate, so there's not a ton to choose from. So what I'm looking at today, we got Andre Drummond over 13 rebounds. I'm pairing that with Derek White over 10.5 points. For Drummond this season, he's averaging 17.5 rebounds per game with Embiid out. That's compared to 7.8 rebounds with him in. This obviously comes with a huge minutes bump with Embiid in. He's only averaging 15 rebounds and not starting. So he's a backup center. So he's getting backup center minutes against one of the star centers in the league. So obviously he's not going to get a ton of minutes. And with Embiid out, he's averaging 33 minutes a game. So really doubling his rebounds and doubling his minutes. So makes sense there. So with Rudy Gobert, he's known as a defensive center, so I chose the rebounds compared to the points, even though the projections like both of those over. Gobert obviously plays close to the basket because he wants to block a ton of shots. And centers are averaging 15.5 rebounds per 48 minutes against them, and that's on average. So Drummond's one of the best rebounders in the league, so he should play above that average mark. And since 2015, since Drummond's really increased his rebounding numbers, He's had 13 or more rebounds in 5 out of the 7 games against the Jazz that he's played more than 30 minutes. So expect him playing close to the basket, plenty of rebounding opportunities. The spread is 9 points, so there's a slight risk of blowout, but I usually avoid the games that are 10 or more. So if this game stays close, I definitely love that over. And then the other one I'm looking at is Derek White over 10.5 points. This is a 25.9% differential percentage. And then the Drummond one was 29.3%. So projections love these. White should be on track, be able to get back on track tonight. I believe the last 3 games he has gone under, but before that he was going over, I believe, 5 straight games. One of those games he went under was against Lou Dort, and we know he's one of the best defenders in the league. He shot 0 for 10 that game. So matchup is much better. Guards have been feasting against the Clippers, point guards and shooting guards. He splits time with Murray with the point and the shooting guard roles. Books have White at 12.5 points. You're getting a small discount at 10.5 points. If you go to the alt lines and check out 10.5 points, White is at minus 215. So you're getting amazing value compared to the books. He has 10 plus field goal attempts in 8 of his 10 games this season. So that volume is there. He just needs to hit those shots. So in a plus matchup, nice late game. Spurs Clippers 7 point spread. Expecting not a highly paced game, but not anything below 50%. So one of the upper echelon pace teams. So should be plenty of scoring, plenty of shot opportunities for White to go over. So that's what I'm looking at NBA.
I like it, Joey. Some good plays there.
Yeah, projections love it. I love it. Let's get a nice 2-day winning streak on NBA going. And
Hey,
so now you're gonna touch on some college hoops.
yeah, let's talk about some college basketball. So one guy I'm looking at is Cameron McGusty. He plays for Miami. I like his over 17.5 points. So he's been over this number in his first 2 games of the year, scoring 20 and 28 points. He leads the team in shot attempts, averaging 14 shots per game. And last game, he had 17 free throw attempts, which is a lot. Miami plays at one of the fastest pace out of all teams, and he's averaging 30 minutes per game. And remember, college basketball, there's only 40 minutes, 2 20-minute halves. It's not like NBA, where you have 48 minutes. So he's playing pretty much the whole game. Miami is only 7 point favorite, so the game should stay close and he should get his normal minutes. And the over-under is 145.5, which is one of the highest on the day. So I expect a lot of points in this one. And McGusty is their go-to leading scorer, so I think he'll go over 17.5 pretty easily in this one. The second guy I'm looking at, and bear with me here, this is an interesting play, is Jeremy Roach over 10.5 points. So Duke's best player, Banchero, was arrested for aiding and abetting DUI, which
Jeez.
I've honestly never heard of that charge, but I guess it's a North Carolina thing. So he might not play tonight. There's been no official word yet, but
So does that mean he's in the passenger seat for the
yeah,
DUI?
yeah, correct. Um,
Crazy law.
yeah, crazy law right there. So he might not play tonight. I don't think he plays. The Lions have moved as in in a way that they believe he's not playing. Projections have moved as in he's not playing. So if he plays, do not play any Duke guys because this will obviously change things. But I'm expecting him out. So if he's out, I like Jeremy Roach over 10.5 points, and here's why. He's been over in 2 out of 3 games this year, scoring 6 points, 14 points, and 14 points. He's averaging 34 minutes per game. He's only averaging 9 shot attempts per game, but that would obviously go up with Banchero sitting. So Banchero is their best player by a mile. So all that usage is going to pretty much be spread out among 3 guys. And I think all 3 guys can go over if Banchero sits. So look for that there. And if for some reason Banchero does play, I would just fade all the Duke guys because this will turn into a blowout if he plays. But like I said, I'm not expecting that. And then a couple other guys I'm looking at is you can target is on the Oregon side. So Oregon plays BYU tonight. It's a 4-point game. Oregon runs pretty much 6 guys only. and that's pretty much all they run. So you have Will Richardson sitting at 13.5 points. That is a huge miscalculation on Prize Picks' part. First game he scored 20 points. Second game he scored 18. He's the leading scorer on Oregon. Why he's that low, I kind of get it. BYU's decent at defense, but like I say, he plays the whole game pretty much too. And also like Jacob Young over 14.5 points. Same thing. He's with Oregon, 6-man rotation. First two games, he scored 14 and 18 points. I think both can go over pretty easily. So those are some alternates if for some reason Banchero does play for Duke, play these Oregon guys over. So you have some backup options there. But McGusty over 17.5 points is by far my favorite play of this entire slate. So go ahead and lock that guy in over with whatever else you like.
Giving some alternatives. I like that.
Yeah, hey.
Be nice to the subs.
I can't predict if he's going to get suspended or not. I would assume he gets suspended, but I've seen some crazier things happen, Joey.
Was this last night the DUI happened?
I'm assuming
over the weekend.
I'm going to assume last night since it was just reported today. Because I feel like if this was over the weekend, it would have been reported by now since he is a big-time star player.
Yeah, they got to sweep it under the table, though. So.
Yeah, possibly, but so I think he gets suspended, but who truly knows at this point?
No need to guess. Or maybe if he does play some unders, react to the news quicker than the books.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you this. Before this was announced, the line was Duke 21.5 point favorites. Now it's down to like 16.5. So, and Duke's a young team. They have a short, they don't run a lot of guys. So these guys will play heavy minutes. So this news on Banchero is very, very key. So just pay attention to that and play those Duke props accordingly.
Yep, get those Twitter notifications on those beat writers and react to the news quicker than the books, and you can find some value.
Or I have a better idea. Come in our Discord.
Perfect. And that segues us nicely. Our Discord, you go to dfskarma.com/chat. That's our Discord link. That way you never miss out on any of the news. Like Ethan said, our college sports are all free discussion channels. We post the official plays in the premium channel, but we do only have free college discussion channels. So those are lively. That's where we post all the news. So make sure to hop in there. Never miss out on any of the news because let Ethan do the work for you. He's the one monitoring and staring at his phone all day. So now that he doesn't have a job, he just sits there on his phone and watches for news for you guys and posts in Discord. So he's got you. And if you're interested in getting all of our official prop plays, head over to dfskarma.com/pricing. Click on the top props tab. We're still running that sale on the all props packages. The monthly fee is $35 a month, which gets you access to all our official plays, plus our Prize Picks projections tool, which we've been talking about all pod. So just a $35 value right there. If you get the year long, it only comes out to $25 a month, but you pay all that up front. So the best value is there if you're committed long term. And that Prize Picks projection tool, we do post that for free sometimes in our Discord. So that's another perk of joining our Discord, dfskarma.com/chat. Those show you examples of the easy to read table. Next podcast, we'll try to get that up for you as well, so you can see that on the pod. To just get a look at what you're paying for. And thanks for tuning in. If you liked our video, like and subscribe. Turn on those notifications so you don't miss out on any of our content. These lines do move quickly, so notifications are helpful. And we will see you guys tomorrow for another player prop pod.
See ya.
See ya.